Not to be like, I'm cool and you're not. It's like, yo, you know what's fucking cool? Self-awareness.
Mom gave me is a lack of entitlement. What's really empowering and what's holding so many people back here is entitlement. You feel like somebody owes you something because something went wrong somewhere along the way. I don't. I actually think whatever went wrong for you is the best shit that ever happened to you, because adversity is absolutely the foundation of success.
Nobody owes you shit.
First one is from Nicholas, and his question's, how do you create content if your life is boring? And I did some research, and I'm getting a vibe that he's like a Shopify seller of sorts. He says a lot of his work's just behind the computer.
You know, I think a lot of things are boring, man. Like, I think I'm boring. I think a lot of things.
That's why I liked it, is because like most of your life is just sitting at a desk.
Yeah, man. Like,
meetings.
yeah, like honestly, I want to make sure you're part of this post right now. Like, I'm a fucking businessman. Like, I don't know, like playing soccer is boring to some people. Like painting is boring to some people. You don't get to judge for the other person. If somebody's trying to learn how to flip and sell, and if you can just get to a place where as you're working, you're talking, like right now I'm posting this and I use this title because if you use 3 exclamation points, I've noticed that I've sold more. And shit, I gotta go to the post office now and pack it. It's the grind and it's the dirt that nobody wants to talk about. It's not glamorous, it's not champagne bottles and fucking models, but I gotta go to the fucking post office if I wanna build the foundation of my business. Like, to me, everything is potentially remarkable and potentially boring. You just need to document and not create. And then you gotta let the world decide if you're boring or you're not. And then you also have to ebb and flow and be patient. I don't know if news alert, I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but my views on my fucking daily vlog are down year over year. Ask me if I give a fuck. Ask me. Short-term vanity metrics mean shit, and all of you are poisoned by the sizzle behind them. I've never been happier that my views are down on YouTube. You know? Yeah. Documenting.
Next question, I thought this would be a good one based on today, is how do you land grab and take advantage of sort of early mover opportunities for IGTV?
You know, to me, it's about producing content that's native to a platform, right? The number one thing you want to do is create content that is native to a platform, and I think right now what I'm trying to figure out is what's native to IGTV. Obviously, we're doing this entire DailyVee in IGTV format in vertical, right? You know, even watching Babin hold the camera now is awkward and exciting all at once, and so, you know, to me, will that matter? It's a thesis, but to me, the people that tend to win platforms are the ones that innovate or understand the context of a platform. You either saw a platform in a different way that everybody else did and you changed the game. And I'll be very honest with you, like one of the things that I don't think I peacock enough about is long form video on YouTube in 2006. Nobody was doing it. I do a very bad job propping me up on something that I innovated. I was like, why can't it be long? I think being in the why business, like just asking questions matters. Like, you know, why can't IGTV, you know, like who's doing content as a blogger who decides to just make their IGTV an animation? Or is it just vertical? Will that be enough? Or commercials. I don't know, like why can't we just have commercials in the middle of, like what if I stop right now and it's just a commercial for the K-Swiss 003? You gotta innovate and you gotta understand it. You gotta be empathetic to somebody sitting on their phone watching it like this, right? What does that mean? You know, like, do you do funny jokes? You remember with SpongeBob when he was like all that weird shit? Like maybe every 7 minutes we just do something like, you know, put your coffee down, or like pay attention. Like, you know, like I don't know. Innovation and context. Innovating on a platform or respecting the context of a platform are the two people that always break out. And then you layer the talent or the interesting thing that the person does. Really good. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Real pleasure.
Good?
Everything's super good. What's up, man? How are you?
Tyler.
Tyler, Gary.
Nice to meet you.
So I'd already built a business, my family's liquor store business, like I lived a life. I was 34, I lived a life before all this shit started happening. And just watching entrepreneurship be put on a pedestal is exciting and also scary. I will tell you that one of the number one fears I have is too many kids want to be an entrepreneur even though they're not.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting is because like I think that entrepreneurship is having a moment, and also you're like directly out in front of it. You know what I mean? Like it's having a moment and you are the guy. You know what I mean? Do you know how many meetings I go into now and everyone now has a camera guy?
Oh yeah.
And that's literally 100% I think influenced by what you're doing. But my question is, so obviously that's cool, and that's the discussion that a lot of people have on this podcast is like, yeah, everyone's an entrepreneur now. And I say, I think that the good news is there will be more real entrepreneurs out of this, right?
Oh,
there's just gonna be a lot of fakers.
To your point,
Yeah.
there are thousands, tens of thousands, and I would argue hundreds of thousands, and maybe even millions, who during this era find entrepreneurship, the freedoms that come with it, the beauty of it, that wouldn't have 20 years ago because they would have been executives. What I'm worried about is the collateral damage.
What do you think happens to the person that's caught in the crossfire?
I think there's some people that commit suicide.
Yeah.
I think there's some people that, you have to understand why I say that, depression, because you can't hide. Like when your t-shirt business fails because the economy fails and influencers don't get paid like that anymore and shit hits the fan and you go work at Citibank, your family and friends know. One of the things I did really well was I lived humble as fuck. I lived in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment in Springfield, New Jersey. It didn't cost much. I didn't get fancy, moved to New York. I never went out. So really easy to like save money when you don't spend $1,000 on a weekend hitting it hard. And I saved. I didn't have a lot of money, but everything I had, I bet on Facebook and Twitter. This is why I believe people can win. I wasn't making a lot of money. I was building a business for somebody else. I just lived humbly. Like everybody wants a, some kid just tweeted, I put out that tweet, somebody else was like, yeah, other kid's like, easy for you guys to say, it was so much easier in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm like, you're a fucking loser, dick. We didn't have internet. What the fuck do you know about the 70s, 80s, and 90s? You fucking suck, bitch. Yeah. Like it's not easier, you're just lazy and entitled because mommy and daddy did everything for you. And you think life's about playing fucking Xbox and smoking weed and fucking drinking Mountain Dew, you fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Go work.
Yeah. Let me ask you,
I just got so pissed.
Good, solid ending.
Love it. You got it. Guy.
Dude.
How are you?
Respect for you.
Thank you, my man. What's your name?
Oh.
Yes, always filming.
All right, good.
What's your name?
Mati.
Mati, I'm Gary.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I watch all of your videos, man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your work.
Appreciate
Love
that.
the energy.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
That was amazing. How are you?
Yeah, how are you, man?
See you, man. How are things?
Him getting off it too, huh?
I know, it's exciting. I'm proud of him. Are you done? Thank you. How are you, Sam? Pleasure.
Yes.
How are you,
this
man?
This is Ned.
Hey,
Gary.
Such a pleasure. How are you?
Nice. Bill.
In a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, look, everybody, you look, it's always a branding game. Always. Life. All of it. Religion. Like college. Like marriage. It's all fucking branding. So, you know, I think that, you know, I grew up in a heavy regulated business that was obviously more mature in the fact that the rules were established, but not really.
Or different rules in 50 states.
So tough. Right.
So crazy.
And was changing, and what I was doing, internet marketing, internet selling was like so gray. Yeah. So I know the stomach and the appetite for this stuff, but the stakes are so high when you're right. Yeah. And like, this is inevitable. Is that a former Samsung sign? That's like one of the reasons to like have a sign. Even when it comes down, it's actually still there. Like the sun took care of it.